Zalete, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you. All wonders they say shall never cease to happen. Welcome back to the channel. Family, I am happy to have you here today for this very important episode. If you have been watching what is happening in Africa lately, especially in countries like Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, you know that things are changing very fast. Big changes are happening right now, and the old ways of doing things are completely disappearing. Today, we are going to talk about a massive and historic victory for the Alliance of Sahel States, which people call the AES. We are looking at a moment where even the French government media had to stand up, look at the real facts, and openly admit that the Malian army won a huge battle. In this video, I am going to break down everything that happened in the heavy battles around a very important town called Anafys in Mali. We will talk about how a massive group of heavy armed TT people tried to launch a huge attack to break the Malian military. Instead, they got completely beaten, destroyed, and forced to run away in total shame. We are also going to look at the media war. We will see how international news stations spent months talking bad about the Malian army, saying they could not protect their own people. But in just 2 days, those same foreign TV stations had to change their story completely because the victory on the ground was too big to hide. This is a story about great military strategy, the failure of foreign lies, and the power of a united Africa. Watch this video until the very end because the facts we are sharing today will show you what exactly the mainstream media does not want you to see. Before we get into the main details of these historic battles, please take just a second to pause with me. If you love honest videos that tell the truth about Africa, please hit that subscribe button right now. Take 1 second to like this video, leave a comment, and share this video everywhere with your friends. Your support helps this channel grow, keeps us alive, and allows me to keep bringing you the truth. To understand how big this victory is, we have to look back at what happened in the first week of July. This video is a follow-up to the big news about a massive 5-day battle where TT groups launched a desperate attack in Mali. For a very long time, foreign news stations tried to make the world believe that because Mali told the French army to leave, the country was going to collapse. We saw big headlines from Western media saying the Malian military was failing and that the government would fall any minute. But on July 4th, the TTT tried to prove those news stations right. A huge group of armed TTT groups joined together to launch a massive attack on a town called Anafys in northern Mali. Now, why is this town so important? Anafys is the main gateway to the north. It sits right between huge areas, Kidal and Gao. Whoever controls Anafys controls the roads and the movement of everything in northern Mali. The TT and their foreign backers knew this. They thought that if they could take Anafys and trap the soldiers inside the military base, they could stop the Malian army and their partners, the Russian Africa Corps, from moving. When the attack started at 5:30 in the morning on July 4th, the foreign media started celebrating immediately. They acted like a cheerleader team for the TT. They started writing articles saying the TT had captured the town and were taking over northern Mali. They did the exact same thing back in April, you remember, claiming that gunfire in the capital meant the government was ending in 5 minutes. They have been beating this drum for over a year, asking silly questions like, is Mali about to fall to Al-Qaeda? But this time, their celebration did not last long at all. The lies ran straight into a wall of reality. The brave soldiers of Mali and their allies did not run away. They stood their ground and fought a real face-to-face war for days. This was not a small hit-and-run attack where TT hid in the sun. This was heavy, serious fighting. And the final result was a total crushing defeat for the TT. The victory was so massive that Radio France International, which is a big radio station fully owned and run by the French government, had to do something shocking. After days of saying the rebels were winning, they had to post a message on their Facebook page admitting that the operation was a huge success for the Malian army and the African cause. Think about how crazy this is when the main media network of an enemy country, which always criticizes Mali, has to openly say the Malian military won. You know the victory was absolute. They had to say the truth because if they kept lying, they will lose every single piece of trust they have left. The reality on the ground completely destroyed their propaganda. The TT were beaten so badly that they ran away in total panic, leaving the dead bodies of their friends on the ground without even burying them. Now, let's look closely at the official numbers and reports from the fighting between July 4th and July 9th. The reports from the field shows us how huge this battle really was. The TT groups brought a massive army for this attack. They had up to 5,000 fighters, 5,000 and more than 1,000 vehicles, including pickups, trucks, armored cars, and motorcycles. But the most shocking part is where these fighters came from. The report shows that these were not local people fighting for a cause. This was a paid army of foreign mercenaries. The TT captured on the field came from many different countries, including Libya, Algeria, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire. This proved that these criminals do not care about borders. They just cross into different countries on their motor bicycles, calling their criminal friends to help them attack a peaceful African nation. The equipment they used were also very advanced. They had heavy mortars, drones, anti-aircraft guns, big machine guns, and suicide cars packed with explosives. For a very long time, people wonder how these criminals in the desert get such expensive equipment. Well, the secret is out. The Malian army captured many of these TT alive. During their questioning, these captured TT groups confessed that their military training and drone lessons were given directly by French, Ukrainian, and Mauritanian citizens. This is a huge piece of news that exposes the whole truth. It proves that this is a proxy war, where foreign countries are giving equipment and training to TT to destroy Mali so they can steal the country's gold and resources. Even with all that foreign help, the strategy of the AES was perfect, very perfect. The TT tried to trick the military by attacking 4 other cities at the same time to spread the soldiers thin. But the Malian army repelled every single one of those trick attacks and kept their focus on Anafys. A strong backup force was created, combining the regular Malian army, the African Corps, and loyalty Tuareg groups called Katia, and the MSA. This is very important because Western media always lies and says all Tuareg people are fighting the government. But having these brave Tuareg fighters on the front line fighting against the TT proves that patriotic Tuaregs want a united and peaceful Mali. The combined forces moved forward smoothly, even though the TT placed landmines on the roads and set up traps. The army used air support and drones to clear the way. In one amazing moment, an army bomb hit a secret parking lot where the TT kept their suicide cars. The explosion was so big that it destroyed 20 enemy trucks and unalived a massive number of fighters instantly. By the morning of July 9th, the battlefield was a graveyard for the TT. The final numbers are unbelievable. More than 2,000 TT were unalived in the battlefields around Anafys, according to the Russian Corps. The army also destroyed 300 enemy vehicles, 10 armor cars, 20 trucks with big canoes, and 21 heavy mortars. The top leaders of the TT were completely wiped out. The big boss of Al-Qaeda in the region of Ayad Agali was badly wounded and barely escaped. His number 2 man, Mubarak Agli, was unalive, also with many other top commanders and bodyguards. This was a total disaster for the criminal groups. Long live AES, long live Mali, long live Fama, long live Russia, long live Russian African Corps. United we stand, divided we fall. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.